Police were called to reports of gunfire in a Walgreens parking lot on Christmas Day. 5 small children were in the back seat of a woman's parked car. According to witness testimony, she took out a handgun, went to another car, and started shooting through the windows for no apparent reason. A man and a woman were inside the second car the bullets hit. Both of them, however, the violence didn't end there. The woman left the scene right away after the shooting. Another couple, who were seated inside their parked truck, were struck by her car. As she raced out of the parking lot, police and other emergency personnel arrived on the scene in a matter of minutes and found themselves in a chaotic and unsettling situation. There were several victims, shell casings strewn all over the sidewalk, and witnesses attempting to piece together what they had just witnessed. A woman who had just left the scene with 5 children, still in her car, was at the center of it all. An officer spoke with the couple whose truck had been hit by the gunman while she was running away. While the police processed the scene, the employee heard gunfire while inside. "Come on over and see what was happening." The other one emerged immediately after another employee. He literally grabbed his arm and told him, "You get the hell in there." I turned to face Charles and said, "They're shooting 5 shots at Weeks." "All right, and inside? Were you?" "I was heading inside to use the restroom. I didn't even leave." She bolted back into the truck. "Which is your truck, by the way?" I said. "Somebody's getting shot on that side of it over there." "That's the sound of a clock to me," I said. "Something's wrong." "Where was it parked?" "This is your truck backing out of the handicap spot." He knows how they sound. "So that's what we both heard. You got back in your car after I told you." "Something's not right." "Charles, get back in the car," I explained, "because I'm getting out of here. I'm not getting back." I then returned to the vehicle, and as soon as I started to back up, I caught a glimpse of a white car speeding by out of the corner of my eye. He wanted me to follow him. I said, "You're out of your mind. What if he starts shooting at us?" I said, "That's something I don't want to get involved with." "How many shots did you hear?" "At least 5, I know." "I heard 5 because he went pow pow like he had hit each one of them. And then all you heard was pow pow pow. The bumpers. You want to, claim it?" "Yeah, because this right here is the only hit. Thank God, I just happened to be pulled out enough that he, they just hit that you can see all the white paint all over it. Yeah, and she passed away." I don't know what's happening." But after getting a description of the getaway vehicle, police immediately began searching the surrounding area for the shooter. Back at the Walgreens, officers began securing the crime scene and speaking with witnesses who had seen the attack unfold inside the store. Investigators were able to review surveillance footage that captured the moments leading up to the shooting. The video showed a woman approaching the victim's vehicle before suddenly pulling out a handgun and opening fire. The footage provided something investigators desperately needed: a clear look at the suspect. Now, police knew what the shooter looked like, and they also had a description of the vehicle she had fled in. With that information broadcast over the radio, officers in the surrounding area began scanning the road for the suspect's car. Officers spotted a vehicle matching the description and attempted to pull it over. Despite having 5 young children inside of her car, the suspect refused to pull over and led the police on a high-speed chase through the area. The chase finally came to an end when the lead officer forced the vehicle off the road. Officers surrounded the car and ordered the driver to step out. The driver was identified as 38-year-old Amanda Janshin. She was pulled from the vehicle and she was placed under arrest. Thankfully, all 5 of her children were uninjured. Amanda was put into the back of a patrol car and transported to the local police department. Investigators would soon begin asking the question that everyone wanted answered: why did she do it? "Come on, beating on me. I found out he was a child. Kill my child from him. I just couldn't take it no more. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to put you through this. I hear you, and like I said, I'm not asking you any questions. I don't know what's going on." "Okay, but your kids are safe." "Okay, none of them are injured. They're with officers and detectives." "Okay, so they're safe, and if anything, listen to your kids. If I find anything else out, I'll let you know." "Okay." Amanda was told to wait until the detectives were ready, and then she would be interviewed. "What's going to happen from here is you're hanging out while everybody is out there doing whatever they have to do, figure out exactly what's going on. And then when a detective gets here to talk to you, the detectives will come in and talk to you, and they will ask what they need to ask. Figure out your side of whatever is going on, okay? And then we'll go from there, miss. Just do me a favor. We got your car in our custody." "Is it still leased?" "No. I own it. You own it." "Okay, so whoever is the next person once we get done with it, Miss Lisa, contact her." "Do you have her number?" "I don't know about her." "I don't know about this number." Amanda was handcuffed and transported to another interrogation room, where detectives would be waiting. By this point, the female victim has passed away at the hospital. However, the male victim was still alive and would go on to make a full recovery. The male, Thomas Williams, told police that he and Amanda previously dated and they had an 11-month-old daughter together. The female victim, Anna Terrell, was his new girlfriend, and Amanda hated her with a passion. Police discovered that Thomas had recently won 50-50 its custody of their baby, and he and Anna were supposed to meet Amanda at Walgreens for the custody exchange. I was actually just with your children, personally, and they're okay obviously. They're very shaken and very upset. I knew with him I met him. Become homeless, he had become homeless, yes, I had nowhere to go. He knew this, he took advantage of me, he beat me. When he found out I was pregnant, he wanted me to have an abortion, and I refused to, but he already plotted this. Before it even happened, him and Anna, who's Anna Terrell, she's the one who helped him with the caseworker. The case, she the one who had her handwriting on the paperwork, and all that they have plotted this from day one. He even came to me and told me he was going to have my kids taken away in his. And I didn't do a damn thing to him, nothing. I went and took care of my kids and got my kids from school and stressed about where we were going to go to and how I was going to take care of my kids. I never did nothing to him. This Anna Cheryl was the lady that was in the car today. I do not care about the relationship. I never have I care about the well-beings of my child. I got that when he come to me every day. And he said, oh, Anna this, oh, Anna that, oh, Anna. Anna was not fit to be around my child, okay? Anna is a female narcissist. She fears her children. She fears her female child, which means her female child is out to harm her. Hurt her. She thinks that yes, that's what females do. Both of them are narcissist, okay? But Anna, right? Yes, I don't care who he was in a relationship with. I just needed to keep my children. Can I ask you a question about this? I know that now that you know everything and that everything's come full circle. Like I know you had instincts and stuff but now that you know for sure that you was in this relationship with her, are you comfortable telling me that like at the time, maybe it did, Bo? It doesn't matter whether it did bother you a little bit, like you ever had feelings for this guy, or like not at all. I'm just curious, like whose. It doesn't matter whether or not. I did grow to love him even though he did that, which is natural to me. But their relationship has nothing to do with the safety of my child. Sure, right? No, I get that. I care about the relationship. I care about the wellness of my child. I knew about that from day one. Okay, Amanda claims that both Thomas and Anna conspired against her to get custody of her baby. She initially claimed that her only concern was for the safety of her children, but then she admits that she did love Thomas at one point. This statement will go a long way when prosecution tries to prove intent. Now, as soon as my housing came open to where I have a residence at now, he put his hands on me. I left and I didn't go back. Now, in the meanwhile of me leaving and didn't go back, I did find out about him being a sex, what you call it, a child, his mama. The one who opened up the can of worms, and I even stood up in court, and I told the courts that he beat me because of her. He beat me. He told me he beat me one day when I was walking out the door because I disrespected her, and he took everything from us. My kids, brand new bikes, everything. When I tell you, he put us through some. What time did you leave the house today? And did you leave with the kids, all of them? I don't know. And did you leave specifically to go to the Walgreens, or did you have other places that you had gone this morning? Were you going to take the other kids somewhere else after? What was like the game plan as far as the kids knew? The kids didn't know anything. My plan was to take them to Yuri's house, but it didn't work that way. Cause what I was going to do is not even show up, but I was trying to overcome my fear and do what the judge said so I wouldn't lose custody of my child, right? But what was the custody agreement anyhow? He got a 50-50. He got every other week. He's never laid a hand on the kids. Why not just let him watch his daughter 5,050? I know that. I feel like I know the answer, but I want to hear from you. He doesn't have any water at his house, but with the mom. He has wires hanging out his house. Electricity wire. My 1-year-old. He goes to work all the time. His mother is not capable physically of taking care. Why is that? His mother left my 3-month-old at home by herself when she went all the way to hospital to get them from school and came back, and my baby was hanging off the bed, and she walked in laughing. For now, the detectives have finished establishing motive, so they decide to move on to the shooting itself. Where did she get the gun? Was it planned? These questions and more will determine if Amanda will get first or second-degree murder. Where'd you get this gun? I bought it from the power shop, but I bought it for protection because everybody in the neighborhood was trying to jump me. Yes, I made so many reports. Man, they harassed the hell out of us so much. Why? Cause I was white. Cause I am white. Yeah, who decided on Walgreens? The court, okay. He decided everything. They went with him on everything, but it was in the court papers. MHM, okay. Where do you keep the ammunition for your gun? With me? What do you mean now? Man, I sleep with it. You sleep with the ammunition, but not with the gun. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I normally sleep with both of them, but I just, well, you see. Now I got to call you out on because it's every night I do something different, okay. I would have it in my chalk, or if I'm out and about, I have it on me. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have put it under my pillow. Sometimes I have put my whole purse under my pillow sometimes. I love all of it in the trunk. I lock my door and went to sleep with my key. I need quite a few things. Can I ask you a question and be honest with me, cuz you're going to like. You're not going to want to say this, but you a little bit jealous of this lady. Come on, I mean wait. Hold on before you answer before I'm telling you what's not happening. Okay, wait, hold on before you answer everything I told you is the truth. I got you, I'm just saying like, but it's almost like you got to like, have some like negativity now. I was telling you what I went through, but based on what you went through. Like I'm saying I believe that you giving me fashion. This man told me this, what I just told you. So, to say you don't like Anna, and she's wrangling all this negativity in your life. And she took your child by doing the paperwork after spending nearly an hour trying to get Amanda to admit that she was jealous of Anna and she resented her. The detectives finally asked her to talk about what happened earlier that day. They believe that Amanda planned the murder because prior to arriving at Walgreens, she gave her oldest son all of her cash and her debit card. So, let's talk about what happened today. Alright, so we talked about how all the kids were in the car MHM, and you had not confirmed via the app that you were showing up, but you knew that that was the time and place. I didn't know if okay. And you're saying at no point since the December 20th court date have you talked to Thomas about his pickup? No, okay now. One thing I was trying to set up is to understand. You said, and we talked about this at length, sure, that we're kind of trying to get to the nitty-gritty about where you keep the gun. And at first you said just the trunk, and then you said, well, even if the gun's not with you, you sleep with the ammunition, which I didn't really understand. You said, well, sometimes I keep it in the bag, in the car, in the chunk under my pillow. But like I get that. But at first you said just a chunk. I haven't had it for quite a few months. So it's been in the places. Have you ever shot the gun before today? MHM, okay. Have you ever shot a gun before today? MHM, okay. So where was the gun at last night? In the trunk, And where were the magazines? In the trunk and the gun. Well, there's 3 magazines. No, not in the gun, no. I never keep them together, never, okay. So I never keep them loaded is what I'm saying. What type of bag was it in? Or was it in the bag case? There's a white bag with like bluish circles on it, and that was last night. MAM, okay. When did you grab the gun today? When I got ready to get in the car. I had in the car where? When I got ready to leave. Amanda just admitted that prior to leaving her home to make her way to Walgreens, she removed the firearm from her trunk and concealed it on her body. This shows planning and intent. And there's 3 magazines. Were they all 3 out of the gun when you left? Yes, okay. So you leave your house? No. That was one of them, wasn't the gun. I'm struggling here because you said you don't put him in the gun. I usually don't, but I did last night. Is it because you knew you were going to see Thomas today? I know I was going to go to the country and shoot it because I've never shot before today. All right. Well, I'm going to have to stop you right here. If I had $1 for every time someone who was in a shooting and told me they were going to go shoot it in the woods, you made it this far, and you need me to believe you if you decide to take no. Let me finish. If you decide to take a turn right now, that is not a good idea. You believe if you think that I'm going to believe that you put ma'am. You got to let me talk. If you think that I'm going to believe that last night, that you never keep the magazines in the gun. But last night you put the magazine in the gun because you planned to go shooting in the country. Today, when not once have you mentioned that, but you just so happened to shoot to people today. That's not believable. At least try something believable. So let's back up. That's not believable to you now. It's not extra large. I've been thinking about going out to the country ever since I got it to shoot it, cuz I've never shot it before Christmas Day. When you bring your daughter yesterday, I was supposed to do it. I never got around to doing it. I end up cooking all day, okay. So the gun was in the trunk, but it was in the trunk. I did take it out. You took it out when no, take your time. It was no. I did plan on doing it. I didn't put it together until Amanda realizes that she just painted herself into a corner. I think I put it together at CVS. But I've had plans to go shoot it. I really did. So you put it together at CVS, or was it in the trauma? They didn't on my arm. Okay, how about we want to interrupt you? Cause I don't think we got a full from point A to point right. You saying that you got to, so let's not interrupt, get out. Then let's hear your side of the story of what happened. When you left your house to the time that the police stopped. I don't even know I left my house. I got to, cause I was about to go down that road to go this way, and I realized what time it was. Give me a second. I saw a Walgreens a couple times. I videotaped it cause I was about to leave and I be down cause I didn't pull up. It scared the underscore out of me. I put my car in reverse and I made a little circle, and he jumped out and was recording me saying something, and I just panicked. You panic and did what? Jumped out the car. You seen me on video. I want to hear from you though, cause we're here now. Yeah, I think I'm done talking to you. Okay, Amanda was originally charged with first-degree murder. attempted first-degree murder, and 5 counts of child neglect. But when she realized that she could not win at trial, she took a plea deal to avoid life in prison. Amanda was sentenced to 40 years in Florida State Prison. What are your thoughts on this case? Please share them in the comments below.